Hey everyone, it's Bailey, and welcome to episode 2 of Wellbeing Weekly. Wellbeing Weekly is your go-to guide for insight on the good life. Each week, we talk about positive psychology research and how understanding its basic theories can help you lead a more meaningful, fulfilling life. Each week, I provide you with a tip, tool, or trick that you can implement into your day-to-day to become happier and healthier. On today's episode, we'll answer the question, what is positive psychology? Or what actually is positive psychology? And my goal is to do that in 2 minutes or less. In short, positive psychology is the scientific study of optimal human functioning that aims to promote and discover the factors that allow individuals and communities to flourish. Or more simply put, and by one of the founders of positive psychology, Dr. Christopher Peterson, is that positive psychology is the scientific study of what makes life worth living. So positive psychology is the scientific study of what makes life worth living. The fire of the positive psychology movement was lit in 1998 by Dr. Martin Seligman when he became the president of the American Psychological Association and said that the overarching goal of psychology should be to understand and to promote growth, goodness, generativity, resilience, and all the other positive stuff. Positive psychology practitioners like me focus on strengths instead of weaknesses, good instead of bad, great instead of good, and thriving instead of surviving. By honing in on studying positive experiences, positive states, and positive institutions, positive psychology researchers and practitioners have been able to create and implement positive psychology-rooted tools and strategies that have improved education, psychotherapy, family life, work life, and overall individual and community flourishing. And so there's a ton of studies behind all of that. And so we'll dive into those specific studies in future episodes of Wellbeing Weekly. I do want to get one thing straight with you all. Positive psychology is not just the study of happiness, nor do we just focus on all things happy. Positive psychology research and practitioners focus on understanding all polarities of life and using them to help individuals and communities thrive and flourish in their own specific ways. Positive psychology respects and accepts every person and community in their wholeness. I'll say that one more time. Positive psychology accepts and respects every person and community in their wholeness. And at the end of the day, positive psychology researchers and us positive psychology practitioners want you to understand your strengths, your positive mood, your positive emotions, and all of that, so that you yourself can increase your optimism, your life satisfaction, your self-esteem, and your overall well-being. Stay tuned for next week's episode where we'll dive deeper into this discussion about what actually is positive psychology, and we'll talk about Dr. Martin Seligman's theory of well-being. For I think that understanding this theory is really the basis for designing your life like you give a damn. So if you have any questions before next week, please feel free to just respond to this newsletter, comment on the YouTube video, or just send me an email. And so until then, may you live well and love well, and we'll see you next week.